What's up everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to count down the top 5 distance drivers that every disc golfer should try. Of course, there are some caveats, but let's jump into it. We're gonna start with number 5 and go to the Clash Discs Wild Honey. This is a super understable driver that, especially if you're looking for your first ever distance driver, it's gonna be great for you. But also amateurs are gonna be able to get more distance with this disc than pretty much with any other disc. And more advanced players are gonna be able to throw crazy shot shapes with it, turn it into a roller disc. It's really high quality plastic. We love Clash discs. We always recommend the Clash Discs Wild Honey to pretty much everyone. It is a disc that you can grow with if you're an absolute beginner, and it's a disc that is gonna go straight in the bag as your big distance guy for amateurs and even more advanced amateurs. Before we jump into number 4, I wanna remind you guys to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy this kind of content, so we know to make more content just like it. And our number 4 is actually going to be the DisMania Enigma. We have loved the Enigma for a very long time. This is gonna be a little bit more overstable than a Honey, but not by much. It's gonna be more of a straight flyer for advanced amateurs. Newer amateurs are gonna be able to throw this on like straight lines or maybe hyzer that just holds nice hyzer the whole way. Advanced amateurs are going to be able to absolutely crush this thing. Super underrated disc out of DisMania because the DD3 is all the hype for good reason, but the Enigma for amateurs is going to get so much distance. The glide is insane, especially if you can find a vapor plastic Enigma. I don't know what it is about those that make them so dramatically different and better than every other Enigma, but those things are insane. If you see them in a used bin somewhere, buy it, no matter what the cost.
That is crazy advice.
Yeah, even the Neo Enigmas are fantastic distance drivers, so be sure to check them out. Up next, we have what we have said on the channel to be some of the best plastic in the world. We have the Royal Grand Strive. This is a prototype, but it is meant to be the understable brother or sister of the Arrive. It's a 13 speed, but the rim really doesn't feel like a 13 speed. It's not that crazy. I know a lot of people, including myself, do not like how a 13 speed sits in the hand. But this one feels fairly natural, and of course, the Royal plastic is insane. I would compare its flight to a Grace, actually, maybe a little bit more understable, but a tick up in speed, maybe 2 ticks up in speed, I don't know. Numbers are kind of relative, but absolutely incredible disc, and like we said, the best plastic in the world. So whenever they put out a new disc where we like the flight, it's gonna be on one of our lists because the plastic is so good. Okay, coming in at number 2, this is always a controversial topic, whether we say it's good or bad or whatever. Somebody's gonna have an issue with it, yeah. But we are going to say, of course, the Innova Destroyer. A lot of people who watch our videos are brand new to disc golf, and of course you need to work your way up to distance drivers, and if you're doing that, the Destroyer is your goal. The Destroyer is like the ultimate power in the world of disc golf. It's got incredible glide. You can get them in a ton of different plastics, super reliable when you find the right stability, but it's kind of cool because you can find more understable ones or even lightweight ones because they've been around for so long, and work your way up to more overstable Destroyers. They're just known to be the biggest distance drivers on tour. So if you are somebody who your goal is to be an advanced amateur or maybe even an MPO player, a mixed professional open player, you really want to work your way up to, I'd say, Destroyer. Some other honorable mentions, of course, are gonna be the DD3, the Force from Discraft, anything with that. Usually the numbers are 12.5, -1.3 on all of those, and they're very similar, just depends on the plastic or the company that you like. But the Destroyer really is the staple in every professional's bag, or they wish it could be if they were sponsored by Innova. Anybody who can throw it pretty much is throwing it. Destroyer is at number 2. Maybe controversial too high on the list, maybe controversial too low on the list. Let us know what you think. And then at number 1, before we jump into it again, don't forget to subscribe and let us know what we missed. Let us know what distance driver absolutely every disc golfer needs to try at some point in their life. But at number 1, we're kind of cheating. We have a combination of discs, but it's a slot in the bag that I genuinely believe, especially amateur disc golfers, should have. They're gonna find the most distance in this slot, and that is an 11 speed. Typically, it's gonna be 11.5, -1.2, somewhere around there, but we're going with the Grace. We're also talking the Wraith, and then we're talking the new Discraft Drive. We're not actually sure the numbers on this, but we looked up the PDGA dimensions, very similar to a Wraith. The rim feel is very similar. The flight is very similar. So we're going to throw the drive in here for now. Don't know the numbers yet, but that 11.5 -1.2 slot genuinely is something that everyone needs to try. You can get a ton of distance out of these, especially if you're a sort of more intermediate amateur. 12 speeds are not going to be thrown the right way if you're not throwing more than like 400 feet. If you're throwing under 400 feet, these 11 speeds are going to be your go-to. You're going to absolutely love them, especially on open courses. But yeah, that's the list, guys. Be sure to let us know what you think. What did we miss? And we will see you in the next one. Stay swanky.